welcome back. So in my previous video, I talked about this particular tumbler and this mix here, right? So this is the mix that I came up with. It's all peachy olive glitters and it is entered into a contest. So I did it specifically for this tumbler and I'm very excited to share it with you guys. If it doesn't get picked, if not, I will share the link as to where you can buy this beautiful mix. Anyways, so we're going to go into basically the same thing that I talked about in the other video, which I put the glitter on this tumbler here, and then I went through and sealed the glitter with glitter glue, Crystal glitter glue, and then I went into the coats of epoxy. So this is a picture of it sealed afterwards outside. This is under a silver base. I didn't paint it at all. And this is over a white base. And this one was in the other video that I just released on Wednesday. So I went in with a couple of coats of epoxy after the Crystal glitter glue seal was dry. I went in with one, I went in with another, and I did some sanding. There wasn't going to be anything clear on top of this, just stickers and photos and stuff, but I did want it to be somewhat smooth. I didn't want anything poking through those stickers or the pictures, so I did put a couple of coats and then I did some sanding. So these I actually got this metallic sticker paper from this this company that wanted to send me some stuff, and I really liked it a lot. It didn't cut all that great, but I don't, it's probably my blade. I probably need a new one, so I'm not really going to judge it on that, but the print quality was amazing, and I really loved the metallic look of it for on top of that metallic glittery look on those on that tumbler. I think it just all made it really shiny and glittery, and I think it was a perfect match for that particular situation. So I just printed off all of these photos, each one of them in a big size and each one of them in a smaller size. So I kind of made them about the same size, you know, for the big size, and then about the same size for the smaller size. So because I wasn't sure exactly how it was all going to kind of pan out on the tumbler, so I figured either way, you know, that's fine. I'll just print a couple of pages of pictures, and whatever I don't use, I can just put it in the bag and give it to them, and they can put them wherever they want. So I went ahead and started off with like a big moment pictures, you know, with the castle, with, you know, a big picture of all of them, you know, at the castle, that kind of thing. I thought I would just kind of make those as the focal point of the tumbler, so I put those on either side of the tumbler. And I just went around and just kind of gauged, you know, each one of the photos, like if it was small or big, whether or not it would fit. I did trim off all the little edges there. Some of them weren't cut all that great from my cutter or whatever, and so I just kind of trimmed them up, and then also just to kind of make sure that we didn't have any excess, you know, around the edges. It was kind of like just the picture that we were dealing with. And I just continued to just kind of check out each one of these pictures as far as small, big, whatever, kind of where they would go in correlation with the rest of the theme and the rest of the tumbler, and that's what I continue to do. So after I got done with putting all of the photos on there, I brought in this scrapbook page of stickers, right? So I found this on Amazon, and it was like okay, this is kind of the theme that I wanted to go for. And so I just kind of decided that this would be the perfect sheet just to kind of add all the little elements. Now, I bought this sheet of stickers before I actually got the pictures. I just knew that I was going to be doing this tumbler when she got back from the trip. And so I was like, okay, well, maybe they'll have pictures of, different things or airport or whatever. So I just kind of thought this would be, a basic version of what would happen at Disney World, and on a trip and all of that. So when she got back, she sent me all of these photos, and I was like, yeah, I can put all of those photos on the tumbler. It was just enough, to have enough to cover, and then it was just enough to where it wasn't too much, and I was having to, put pictures on top of pictures or eliminate or anything like that. So I just went around and just kind of decided where these particular elements would go, like where they fit, as far as not covering up too much vital, covering up anything that was like really important as far as, the picture or what was in the picture or who was in the picture and that kind of thing. So I really loved this little sheet, and I really loved the idea that you could definitely do this with just pretty much anything. You could make it just a scrapbook tumbler instead of putting photos on there and it being so just like photos. It's when you put photos on a tumbler, it just, to me, it's just not as glamorous as it could be, or whereas this is not necessarily glamorous, but it is very memorable. And I think that, has a bit of appeal to it, in my opinion. So I just went around and just kind of added all of these little sticker elements, just kind of wherever I thought. I wanted to leave some of the glitter showing through. I wanted to leave, not cover it completely, but add just those little elements. And that's the cool thing about these scrapbook pages, is that they give you those kind of elements like the stars or the little starbursts or the hands and that kind of thing, that you can just kind of place them wherever you think, oh, I'm just going to put a little element here and kind of spice this up in this area or whatever. So I really loved the idea of this scrapbook kind of style. You could even go as far as, outlining the photos with some, some pinstripes, or, just doing like a backing, kind of like because I know everybody started off scrapbooking, because that's what I started off doing at the very beginning. So I have like 1,000, stickers and, just different elements of that sort. And I think you could really kind of think outside the box when it comes to that. When I saw these pictures, I knew then, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this fun type of, way about it. I was thinking that this would be a good little element where I could put, some backing to some of the pictures and that kind of thing. But it was like, okay, this is supposed to be kind of a fun time, so I'm just going to do it this way. And I really like the way it turned out, but I think you could, class it up. You could make it more sophisticated, or, make it a little different in its look if you wanted to. But I just wanted to get this concept out to you guys. I thought it was really cool. And, I think it would be something that you could definitely have for a very long time, and it's extremely memorable. Those photos will be, underneath epoxy and, preserved. I just ended up putting a few more of those little elements kind of everywhere where I thought they would just kind of fill a little bit of space. And then I went in with a seal and then coats of epoxy. And I just used my Crystalite glitter glue to seal all of this in. I thought that it was probably crucial because of all the touching and oils and everything that I had put all over this while I was you know, flipping it around and putting the stickers on and that kind of thing. So I wanted to make sure that we got a really good seal, and you can use that Crystalite glitter glue for this. You could use Mod Podge, you could use polyacrylic, whatever. You know, but I definitely think you need to seal in the photos and the stickers and all of that. And this is the first coat of epoxy, and I did actually use the, oh gosh, what's it called? It's like a ultra fine mix, but I've got to figure out who I got it from. But it just makes it really, really sparkly inside of the epoxy. And I put that on that first layer because I wanted all of everything to really shine. And as you can see, that metallic print is so cool in the way that it already gives it a shine. And then with the glitter inside of that epoxy, I just thought it would just really add an element of just magic. When you're flipping the tumbler around, you're rolling it around in your hands, you're looking at it. It's just everything is sparkling and shiny and just reminds you of being in that amazing place and the good times you had with your family and friends. So anyways, I have to go in with about 5 more coats of epoxy, but other than that, it's done. This was after that first layer of epoxy. I was trying to get this video out to you guys as quickly as I could, but I am going to be putting probably about 3 or 4 more coats before I do some sanding and put the final coats on there, 1 or 2 coats after that. Put my logo on the bottom, and it's all done, and then it'll be ready for Christmas, and I'm really hoping that she loves it, and it really means something to her, and will take her back to that wonderful time she had. This was just available in my Facebook group, so if you're seeing this, you're in there, that's great. If not, please join. I'm not sure how you got there, but anyways, please like and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what I would have done different. Anyways, I'll see you next time.